Hello, welcome back to another FoxyNoTail live stream here over on YouTube. Today, I'm supposed to be recording a YouTube video, Truly Bedrock, and I've got distracted and I'm live streaming again. I'm only kidding, I am actually mid-recording one and I need to do a lot of work, which I thought I might as well share with you guys because it's the sort of stuff I'd normally do off camera. But before we get into that, let's find out who's here and why there's 31 viewers but only 11 likes. I don't understand it. Zorro says hi. Kevin Outridge, Two-Face, As Just Craft, Hammer Joe Gaming, Lian Zhu. The real official Kaz is here saying hi Foxy, hi Mitz, Lawful Meteor. Gigs and Moss, good morning all. Best get myself a cup of Mean Gene. Rotated Owl Face is here saying good afternoon Fox fans. Lawful Meteor saying hey Roth. Scott Nothing, hey Foxy and Chap. Hammer Gauge, morning peeps. Declan Tawny, afternoon Mr. No-Tail, hello, how are you doing? Stringy Straw with a hand up. You don't need to put your hand up if you need the toilet, just go, it's fine, you're not at school anymore. Chainer says, hey Foxy, real official Kaz, Rooted Dirt Adventure again. No, today we're going to be working. We're going to be working hard today. So in order to work hard, I obviously have a cup of tea that I didn't let stew long enough, which is why it's, you know, pretty much just milk. And I got some green tea today as well, because I don't drink enough green tea and it's good for you. So, yeah, first thing we're going to do, though, clear up our little space that we made a bit of a mess of in the last live stream, which is this one here. We're going to go over there where I've got another mess of shulker boxes and things just lying around on the floor that need sorting out. And today we're going to be doing, well, we've got choices really. We can either do a lot of digging or we can do a lot of terraforming. Now, I did say in the video that the clip just before this live stream starts that it's going to be digging. However, I don't know whether to do the terraforming because it all needs doing. Well, you'll see what I'm on about in a minute, but let's just plonk a load of these things down out the way for a minute. Got some shulker boxes I need to deal with. Many of them. And I would quite like some empty ones because we're going to be gathering a lot of resources. Not accidentally, but just while we're digging, I guess. So, yeah. Right, that one's full. That one's full. That one's empty. That one's empty. Got to keep them separate, peeps. The only way. It's the only way. That one. That one's empty. And that one's empty. Good. We've got a whole bunch of empty ones. That's good news. Let's fly back over here. Ooh, left one on the floor. As usual. Right, let's grab that. And I'm going to just put this bed back home because we've actually got another bed that Jesse B gave us in the last live stream. So we don't need that. So go put this at home. So I've got one when I do come home because it's quite annoying coming home and not having a bed. You've been working hard all day. You come home and there's not even a bed. It's nearly night time as well. Hey, mates, how you doing? I see Foxy's trying to make himself look shorter, says real official Kaz. Am I? Having avocado on toast with the kids before sending them off to school, says Pablo Gage. Oof. Oof. I never got into avocado on toast. I do like avocado, but I just can't imagine having it on toast. I've had it suggested a lot, and I've seen other people do it, and I just look at it and go, that doesn't look right to me. No, I'll pass. You go ahead, mate, but I think I'll skip this one out. Right, what we're going to need. I don't think we need any of these things, to be honest with you. So just having them over here saves them being messy somewhere else. We'll make this area messy for now. Okay, leafy things and junk. That's good. Stony stuff. Bony stuff. Leafy stuff. More dirty stuff. I got another. Oh, I got dirt stuff coming out my ears. Oh, you should probably get that looked in. No, I don't mean it like that. Jeez. Oh, more dirt stuff. Oh, jeez. Okay, we could potentially. Oh, if we take the junk out of here. It's always good doing a FoxyNoTail live stream. You never know what awesome shenanigans you're going to get up to. Tidying up shulker boxes? It's the future. I bet you're all engrossed and enthralled in my organising tactics. Speaking of organising tactics, I got an idea. In fact, I've got a couple of things to suggest and share with you today. Number one thing is that tonight, 7 PM, I'm going to be doing a live stream over on Twitch, and it's not going to be one that you've seen before. Yeah, because it's live. How can we have seen it before? No, I don't mean it like that. I mean, myself and another person are starting something completely new. And if you would like to guess in the chat what that would be, I will not tell you off for doing so. So, yeah, go for it. Do some guessing. What do you think's going to be happening tonight? On YouTube, Twitch, whatever. Yeah, the thing that I'm going to be doing it on. Yeah, basically. Okay, let's move this tuff into there so it's in the same place. Oh, look at us getting all nicely organised. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, some bones in there. Put them in there. Take the string and the flowers and stuff out. Oh, look at us getting sorted and prepared and ready for this live stream. I feel so organised and ready for this live stream. Get rid of those. Don't need arrows. Okay. We'll put all the wood in with the gravel because that makes sense, doesn't it? It makes perfect sense. And that and that. And that, the reason I'm keeping is because I've never got any of that in my jewel chest. So it'd be useful to have some of that. There we go. Nice. And these two bits can go on the floor. Right. Thanks, I'll be right back, says Stringy Straw. I see Foxy's trying to make himself look short. I've read that one. What we got? Foxy, I'm in class. We just finished a test, lol. Well, you shouldn't be on your phone. You shouldn't be certainly watching a live stream if you're in class. Jeez. Is it a walk-in Nelly with Nelly's mum live stream, says Ruff? It's not. Hot tub stream, says Mean Jane. You nailed it. No, it's not a hot tub stream. Unfortunately not. No, working on a marketplace map. No, but that does lead me to another idea that I've had today to do with live streams. But no, tonight, 7 p.m, Mitz, Cats and I are going to be starting a brand new series that will take part on our Tuesday Twitch streams, which is Minecraft Hardcore on Java Edition, because I'm so good at hardcore Minecraft. And we were thinking, oh, well, you should probably wait until 1.19 comes out to do that, because otherwise, you know, we will have to reset the world. But it's hardcore. We'll probably start like 13 episodes of it a stream, I would have thought. So that's the plan, at least. Is it a penguin tailoring for beginners live stream, says Roth? No, it's not. Hascraft says, Foxy, why your brightness pack don't work with 1.18? No 23 or 30, only 1.18. It does, works on all of them. It's very much up to date because I keep it up to date because I use it, you see. Dyeing all the sheep yellow with Roth live stream. It'll be fine, says Mitt. So, short series then, says Lawful. Maybe so. Right, you might not have already seen this. In fact, you won't because I haven't shown it yet. But this is what I've been working on today. Let me give you a quick look. I've been starting the stairs and the area down that's going to be going to a sea cave. So I put in this janky like staircase, and as you can see there's a gap there, and I've got a little bit of a boardwalk this side as well. And in the middle here, right in this wall that I'm about to hit, is going to be a giant sea cave, and that's what I said I'm going to be doing in today's live stream, digging that out. However, there's something else I want to do, and that is, these stairs are nice, I like them, but all these walls look very plain and boring. So I'd like to scruff them up a bit, throw some andesite and some tuff in there, throw a couple of other blocks, get some vines and leaves and stuff going on. So what do you think? What do you think? Digging a big old sea cave out, or making the rocks look pretty? I'll let you decide. And while you decide, I'm going to read a bit more chat. What could possibly go wrong, says Mitz. So Mr. Lincoln Jason says, my teacher has let me on my phone and I noticed you were live, so I popped in to say hi. Okay, fair enough. Pamela Gage says, oh boy, now all the people can stop asking you to play Java, so you can say I do. I used to, and I still do sometimes. The Chaos stream we did last week was on Java Edition. Mitz, you will have a sore back from carrying Foxy, says Chainer. Wow. Goonies inspiration, says Pain Dragon. Yeah, kind of, I guess. What mods and textures do you use, and what would you recommend, says Doomoon? We use pretty much most of my add-ons on here, to be honest with you. Hugo says, hello, people, not me realising we're already in Season 4 of Truly Bedrock. I think last time I checked was Season 2. Might have been gone for a while. Wow, geez, that is a while. Sea Cave? I don't see cave, says Pickles. Ross says, sea cave, please. Can we have haste for digging? I've already got it. The beacon set up. It's already ready. I've done that. Sea cave, my first YouTube stream. Woo! Chaos stream was great, says Benny Perez. Right, okay, sea cave it is then. In that case, we are probably going to need at least a couple of shulker boxes to put all of the stuff in that we're going to be mining. And I should probably take my bed down there, and let's just put all of these things back in my ender chest before I lose them all. Hopefully they haven't all gone in the stream and, you know, plopped over the edge there. I don't think they did. Woodbox. Done. Okay, good. Right, sea cave it is. So the other Chaos stream was great, says Benny Perez. The other thing that's going in your cave, says Pickles. Well, it's going to be a big hole. The boardwalk's going to go round into it, and I want it all to link to like another mine entrance that'll lead back to my base. That's the plan, but I haven't. There's no like hard and fast rules of what it has to be. That's just what I'm thinking at this particular moment in time. So, live streaming. Another idea I've had for live streaming, because I'm just an ideas person. I'm just full of ideas. I was in the latest podcast that myself, Slack Lizard, and Jesse B do. We started, because of a nice piece of feedback from Conbar, we started a new part of that, the podcast called The Wish List, which is basically where we go onto the Minecraft feedback website, look at what's been requested and what Minecraft are looking at, like what's been voted for to consider adding into the game. And it's great little like site. It's great. There's loads of really good ideas on there. And a lot of the ideas I could probably do with add-ons. So I was thinking, because I haven't got all the time in the world to just make them for no reason, but I like making add-ons, and a lot of people are always asking me, how do you make them? Can you do more tutorial on making add-ons? Well, what if I did a live stream every now and then, maybe like once every couple of weeks or something, but was just taking one of the ideas off the feedback website and making it, or as making it as good as we can in a few hours. And you know, because obviously we'll have to do texturing, we'll have to do models, might even have to do animation, we'll have to do entity behaviors and all that sort of crazy stuff. So there'll be a lot going into it. And I just thought that could be a fun thing to share with people on stream. So I'd like to get an idea from you guys. Who would be interested in that? Like, is that something you would watch genuinely? Don't just say yeah because you want to like sound like you're being nice. If you genuinely would, then let me know. If it's not something you'd be interested in, then obviously it's a bit of a waste of time doing it, because if I'm not streaming content that you guys are going to enjoy, then that means that my stream numbers are not going to be great, and you know, it's just not very good all round really. So it'd be nice to know if you guys would enjoy that. I'm going to take all this wood down back there with me. I thought I had some sticks kicking about. Don't look like I have. Sounds great to me, says Chainer. I would watch add-on builds, says Declan Tommy. +1 add-on stream. I've been wanting to practice making add-ons for Bedrock myself, says Navi. Yes, says Dew Moon. Love it if it's when I can watch, not early in the morning, says Pamela Gage. Well, it'll be when it'll be. If you can't watch it at the time, you'll just have to catch it up on the old what's it called? The VODs afterwards. I need that coal now. For the reason I've gone to get that wood, I want to make some torches. Has it despawned yet? I threw it in here. Oh, I think it's despawned. Boo, need the coal. Oh well. We'll get some coal out of my ender chest. I just happen to know that I've put some in there recently. Of course I want to see all the magic, says Benny Perez. Sounds like an utterly spiffing idea, says Kixer Moss. It'd be really nice to watch, says Chill Dog. Live streaming YouTube sucks because it's only the resolution. I don't know what that means. That's just craft. But if you don't enjoy it, you don't have to be here. No one's forcing you. No one's forcing you. You are welcome to not watch if you don't like it. Would you have published schedule for add-on streams as Navi? Well, if they're popular, yes. See, I've been looking at... Oh, yesterday I actually organised my schedule a little bit better to try and get myself more organised. I know I do this regularly and I don't always stick to it, but life happens, things happen. Like, just take this week. This week, I fully planned out exactly what I'm going to be doing every day this week, and then I got a phone call after I'd done all that today saying, oh, can you have Oliver for a few extra days this week? And don't forget, it's half term next week, so can you have him for a few extra days next week? And I'm like, yeah, of course I can. Love having Oliver here. But all of my plans have now been thrown out of the window because of that. So I try and keep as organised as I can with these things, but life just throws curveballs at you all the time. So, like, beginning of June, I've got a lot going on at the beginning of June for various reasons. And then I got a phone call from the lady that I did the dog training videos for the other day that I hadn't done any videos for in ages because I just thought that had all teetered out and gone away, saying, can you come at the beginning of June and do some more videos? And I'm like... yeah, of course I can. I've got plenty of time. So it's just one of those things. So yeah, if it's popular and people like it, I will absolutely try and make it a more regular thing. It's the sort of thing, because I'm trying to do all the Truly Bedrock stuff over on YouTube now, it's the sort of thing I'll do over on Twitch potentially. But let's just have a quick look at my schedule and see where I can squeeze it in. So Monday mornings we do YouTube stream at 10 a.m. So it could be that slot, but then that wouldn't be on YouTube. Tuesday evenings I'm going to be doing the stuff with Mitts. Wednesday mornings, I know I'm doing this one Tuesday morning, but this is part of my Truly Bedrock video, so it doesn't count. Wednesday morning streams if I'm not too busy, it says. So basically if I finished my video on the day before, the Tuesday, then Wednesday morning would be a stream, or if I need to finish off some building or something, then it will be a stream, but that will be over on Twitch. So if I'm not too busy, then that could be the slot that I do it on. Alternatively, I plan on streaming on Friday evenings when it's not, I have my kids every other weekend, you see, so when it's not my kids weekend, it could be those Fridays that we could do it on, so it was every other Friday. So I don't know, I haven't planned that far ahead. It's just literally just an idea that I've had, and I just wanted to run it by everybody to see what you thought. So yeah, if it does go ahead and people like it, then I'll absolutely make it more of part of the channel. Do you save the streams as Live Master? Yep. All of the YouTube streams all go automatically straight onto my channel after the stream is finished, and all of my Twitch streams, they're available to watch afterwards on Twitch for about 90 days, I think. But also I copy them all over to my YouTube second channel, and I release them on there normally throughout the weekend after that week's with the streams, just because it's more convenient for me to do that. I'm not allowed by Twitch to upload them within 24 hours of doing the live streams because of my partnership contract with them, but after 24 hours I can put them where I want. But it's much easier for me to actually, I do it while I'm editing the podcast. I'm waiting for the audio to render through. I just do all of my thumbnails and get it all organized then, and then set them to schedule to go out over the weekend, so you guys have got a bit more content coming throughout the weekends. So that's how that all works. Hello, Glow Squids. Nice to see you. So many. You all come to see me. I don't know why I'm collecting this stone. I've got more stone than sense. I don't have much sense, though, so I guess that means I probably don't have all that much stones. Would you have read that one? Looking handsome. How are you, says Dave Ertle. Thank you very much for saying I'm looking handsome. Appreciate it. Feeling handsome, if I don't mind saying so myself. I'm a good-looking chap. Foxy, am I able to get your add-ons on console? Technically, they'll work on console. Getting them on there is tricky. There is sort of, not instructions, but a sort of way of doing it that I explain on the website. You've basically got to have a realm. Use a phone or your PC to copy the add-ons onto a realm and then download that onto your console is pretty much the only way of doing it, because the consoles just don't like you having access to the file systems anymore. We used to be able to do it like natively on Xbox until relatively recently. Then they were just like, people are downloading things to their Xbox. Quick, stop them. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. Just stop them. They're obviously enjoying using the Xbox in ways we didn't intend to stop it. But why? Because it's got to be bad, right? But they own the console. It's their console. If they want to download viruses to it, that's on them. No, but stop it. That's, I think, the conversation they had over at Xbox when they realised what people were doing. How dare they? How dare they use their own stuff that they've bought and paid for in the way that they want to use it? It goes beyond... I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's just rude, isn't it? Even thinking about it. Roth says, I'm just watching in 1080p. If yours is lower, that's your device connection. Oh, okay. So are we having connection problems? Oh, the resolution. I see. I read your word wrong. Farlap Jones says 48k. Congratulations, Foxy. I know, it seems like this last 40,000 to 50,000 subs has just taken forever. Now, that is probably because I haven't really been doing all that much YouTube. That might be the reason. And also because the last few videos I've done on YouTube, people have not watched them. So, you know, that doesn't help either. So, that said, my beta videos were doing really well, but then Mojang were like, we're not going to do any more betas now. Which I can only imagine, if there's no more betas, we'll see if we get one this week, I doubt we will. I think that must mean that they've sent it off for certification, because what they do, if you didn't already know, is when they're finished with the update, for Bedrock Edition, because it's hosted through all of the app stores, the Apple App Store, the Switch Store, the Xbox Store, the Microsoft Store, they don't have any control of that, believe it or not. Even the Microsoft ones, they don't have control of, because it's all run by separate parts of the company, or separate parts of Microsoft, which they don't have any access to. So they have to send the game files off to all of these different app stores who all do this certification process to make sure it's all above board and all right. All of them have different rules of how long it can take and how they do it and what is required. And then if all of them sign it off and go, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and then they can go, right, okay, we need to pick a release date now and try and get it out for that release date. Now, obviously, they'll be aiming for a release date anyway because that's just how it works. But they'll have to make sure that they've got, I would imagine, at least 2 or 3 weeks after sending all the stuff off to make sure they got time so that there isn't a big problem and they can sync it up with Java Edition. Java Edition is not the same because it's literally them just hosting the files on their own website. So, yeah. Although now that Java Edition is on Game Pass, I don't know if that means there's more regulation on that, but yeah, I doubt it. Hi, hello, bro. I'm back. Oh, I'm glad you're back, mine. I was missing you. Amazing. Bro, the shovel name. I didn't name it. You guys named it. Pain Dragon says, when you buy things nowadays, you don't actually own it. They're only renting it. That's not the case with hardware, I don't think. Software, yes, is absolutely the case. No one ever owns software. You don't buy software. You license software. So it doesn't matter how much it costs or where you got it from. The chances are 99% of the time, if you're getting software, you are just buying a license to use it. You are not owning the software. If you owned the software, you'd be able to resell it, do what you wanted with it, change it. That's not the case. Hardware, now that's a tricky one. If it's like through a TV company, like let's say it's Sky TV or what, I don't know what you've got in America or anywhere else, but Sky TV or Virgin Media or something like that, ones we have in the UK. They like to think that they're renting it to you, but they try and have their cake and eat it too, because if anything goes wrong with your hardware after a year's worth of having it, they will tell you that's your responsibility and it's no longer covered by warranty if it goes wrong and you've got to pay for it, which is absolute nonsense. It's completely against the law for them to say that, but they do it every single time. And yeah, as we all know, when you get stuff like that, when you've finished your contract, they always ask for it back, which means it's not yours, which means they can't ask you to pay for it or fix it. They can charge you to like an initial price to rent it. So if it's like, £99 setup fee, then yeah, they can do that. But yeah, you don't own that hardware. But when you buy an Xbox, when you've finished with it, they're not asking for it back. When your Game Pass subscription runs out, they're not like, yeah, we need your Xbox now, please. Can you put it in a box and send it back to us? This is yours. You own that. It's completely yours. You can do whatever you want with it. Oh, man. It's deleting people again. Oh, jeez. All they were doing, Mitz, was trying to tell everybody about their YouTube channel and get people to watch them instead of me. I don't understand why you would ban them for that. Oh, man. Can you suggest an early XP farm for this version? An early XP farm. I would say, as much as I hate villagers, villagers are probably a good source of XP relatively early on because you can get stuff that you can trade with them pretty easily. Well, just feeding like a fish farm and put it all through a furnace or a smoker. I know it doesn't hold it in and allow you to just take it over and over again, but you still get XP from it. Server restart in 5 minutes. Really? Oh yeah, of course it is, because it's an hour. Oh jeez, it's an hour off. It should be at 12 o'clock, but daylight savings time and all that. Jeez. Foxy, do you stream somewhere else other than YouTube? Yes, I do. I stream over on Twitch as well. Mainly stream on Twitch at the moment, although I'm 50-50 in it as much as possible now. And all of the Twitch stuff, if you haven't seen it or if you can't see it for whatever reason, is available to watch on my second channel. So make sure you watch that. And I just heard a noise that I very much like.
Super chatted £16 and 17 pence. Finally fought to actual live stream. 7
Peter!
Here, give the Americans a break and stream at a later time sometime. I watch all the replays. Love your content.
Peter says, finally, I fought an actual live stream. 7 a.m. here, give the Americans a break and stream at a later time sometime. I watch all the replays of your content. I do. My Twitch streams are American time. That's why I do them at 7 p.m. my time. It's completely inconvenient for me because after, 5 o'clock, I'd like to go, I'm finished work today, let's go put my feet up and entertain myself. But I don't. Most evenings I go, it's time to go live on Twitch at 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. and then, you know, go to bed feeling all exhausted and tired because I've been live streaming. So I do. I do that. But thank you very, very, very much for the super chat there. But yeah, if you're struggling to get these earlier ones, and the whole reason I'm doing these earlier ones is because I want people all around the world to be able to see my content. So I want to make sure that I'm streaming at different times in the day so that everybody's got an opportunity to see them. But yeah, literally nearly all of my Twitch ones up until now have been 7 p.m. onwards. And just to let you know my schedule, Monday, 10 a.m. my time. A couple of hours before this one started would be on YouTube. Tuesday, it would be on Twitch at 7 p.m. Wednesday, a.m. this sort of time again. Wednesday PM, 7 p.m. And then Friday, every other Friday, 7 p.m. So most of them, majority are later on. My resolution isn't good at my end, says Pamela. Oh, man. Any spawner farm is good for XP, I believe. When building, you learn building skills. Yeah, good. Yeah, good idea, actually. Spawner farms. Spawner farms for the win. Let's see if I can give the server a bit of a boot rather than waiting for it to do it on its own. One moment, please. Start. And it's... Nope, the request timed out. Great, good. There we go. Server starting. Server's online. This is good news. Let's go back to the live stream. Why Bedrock villagers sucks? They occupy jobs very far. They do. They do indeed. I don't know. I don't know why they haven't fixed that. They just seems like something that's not on their high priority list, I think. It's been like it since the Village and Pillage update, and they've never changed it. I'd like to think that it is on their list of things to do, but they've never mentioned it. They've never been like, hey, we know the villagers are broken. There's never, ever a change list that's got villagers being updated or fixed in it, like in the update file. So I just think that that's it for Bedrock. I don't think they care ever about villagers on Bedrock, and I don't know why. There's not even like, oh, we tweaked this slightly or we tweaked that slightly in the change logs. It's just, yeah, villagers are still broke. Oh, Mitts, and timing people out again. Oh, jeez. Why Bedrock villagers... I read that one. I get 1080p on my phone, so it's definitely something with your devices. I don't have Twitch, sadly, says Peter. Nobody has Twitch. It's a website. How can you not have Twitch? And you can get it as an app. You can get it on your phone. You can get it on TV. You can get it on most console devices. So I see. I know a lot of people don't watch Twitch, and they don't. Oh, I don't like watching Twitch. That's fine if it's just something you genuinely don't like. But to say you don't have it, I don't understand that. Why? Unless it's like blocked in your country, maybe. But at the end of the day, the way I see it is. And I don't want to argue with you, Peter, because you've just been extremely generous, but I would like to put my point across here. If you enjoy somebody's content, I don't think the URL that it's available from should really make any difference. The platform is inconsequential. Unless you're banned from Twitch, maybe, in which case, you know, that sucks. But what difference does it make where I'm streaming as to whether or not you would enjoy the content? I don't get that idea, because it's the same stuff. Still me, still you, still Minecraft. It's not like I'm doing anything particularly different or speaking in a different way, or there's a few more flashy things going on in the stream on Twitch just because that's available. I would do that on here if I could. But that's it really for differences. Differences. Banned, my account was hacked. Oh dear. If it was hacked and you weren't banned, like if it was unfairly banned, then I would just say get a new account. If you was banned because you was bad, then don't get a new account, because that would break their terms and conditions. So 10 villager spawn 1 golem. If you want a better farm, you need more villagers. Oh my goodness. I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into the villagers. I can't do it. I don't know how big to do this sea cave. I didn't want it to be massive, but I wanted it to be big enough to have the boardwalk wrapping around both sides and like lead into the back to have another door into the mine. So I think this sort of size that I'm going for here is probably not too small. Once we get it all decorated, it should look pretty good. But I do feel like I want it to be more grand. Certainly want to do more with the ceiling. I don't think the ceiling's high enough. Obviously, we need to knock the floor out as well and get it all underwater. And I need to keep my eye on my pickaxe as well. Speaking of pickaxe, what I should be using, because I've not got much cobblestone, is my fortune one rather than my silk touch. So rather than just nipping off and fixing this in a minute, I think I might just switch out my pickaxes for now. When you're streaming on YouTube, do you also stream on Twitch at the same time or just on one platform? Just on one platform. I am considering multi-streaming at some point. The problem I've got with multi-streaming more than anything else is, and I know there are apps to deal with it, but it's having chat in 2 places at once. I think if you're multi-streaming, for me, it's kind of like, I don't really care about my audience. I just want as many views as possible. That's sort of how I feel it comes across. Because when you're streaming to one platform, you're engaged with that chat. You're focusing on that group of people that you're streaming to. And I think that's a more intimate, makes for a more intimate stream and makes it more enjoyable. Oh, that one needs fixing as well. Makes it more enjoyable for everybody. Whereas I think if you was multi-streaming, it would be very difficult. Maybe it's just a like getting used to it thing, but it would be very difficult to really engage with everybody as well, because you'd be like, oh, well, I wrote this chat, but not everybody can see it because it's in the other one. But like I say, I believe there's things out there that can combine it all now, so it might be worth looking at in the future. Have you ever played Minecraft Mobile? Well, this is the same as Minecraft Mobile. It's exactly the same. The only difference is I'm using the keyboard and mouse. I have tried to play it on a mobile device before, but I'm not very good at using mobile devices, touch controls. So, no, from that point of view, I don't like playing it on mobile. I also find the screen's a little bit too small for my liking. iPad's not too bad, and I have used an iPad with a plugged-in keyboard and mouse before, and that was actually not too bad at all. It no good for recording on, obviously. Oh dear. Couldn't record on it very well. You can record on an iPad, but I don't think it would come out very good on YouTube because the screen's a lot smaller. But yeah, that's definitely possible. A very focused Foxy is better than a not very focused Foxy, says the Coin Master. Yeah, I agree. I'll get a new account just for you, my for you, my FoxyNoTail. Thank you very much, Peter. I appreciate it. Hey, you don't have to. At the end of the day, like I say, you can watch them on the second channel a few days after they've gone live. So I know it's not the same as watching a live stream if you're watching a replay of it, but you can do that. That's always an option. If you genuinely don't like Twitch or you don't want to get a new account with them, that's not a problem. At the end of the day, you don't have to watch any of my stuff. No one has to. I'm just trying to give you options if you wanted to. The moderation would be epic, says Mitz. Have you ever read that one? 2 platforms at once might give Mitz a heart attack, says Carol. Yeah. Hey, Foxy was watching your last live stream as a VOD, and here you are live. Good to see you live, says Sandberg. Amazing. I Gazarave Foxy. I don't know what that means. I fear poor Mitz's mental health if Foxy does multi-streaming. I know, right? Poor Mitz. Wow, we went from having 110 viewers and it suddenly shot down to 74. Everybody just decided to wander off? What's the matter? Or is it just because Mitz is banning everyone? Stop banning everyone, Mitz. Affecting me numbers. Fix it. Oh, nearly did as well. Might as well get me shovel nicely sorted out. Bid on this one. There we go. Nice. Many fixed stuff. Wow, says Mitz. Loved the chaos, missed it. I missed it live. Would you ever consider a solo chaos, says Zachary Quack? Yeah, I would, but I mean, I wouldn't call it chaos because I think that's obviously Slack and Jen's thing that they came up with, so we'd probably have to call it something else. And I don't have any of the stuff that they do to do it, although I think it's you can just download it. I'd have to figure it all out. But I think the fun of that is there's more people. I don't think the fun of that, I don't think it would be as exciting or interesting on my own. I think I'd feel a little bit left out. You're so chill and relaxing with your streams, says Tucker Rose. I try my best. I don't know how I'd make it less chill and relaxing, to be honest with you. Hey man, why do you favour Bedrock over Java? That's a good question. There's a few reasons, really. The main one is it's where the majority of my audience are, so I connect with people better with it. People seem to enjoy my content on Bedrock Edition more than they do on Java Edition. So obviously that's a big selling point for me. The second thing is for me, it feels better. I like the way the player feels on Bedrock Edition than I do on Java Edition. I know there's a lot of bugs, and I know there's a lot of problems, and I know Java Edition is superior in quite a lot of ways. But I enjoy the feel of Bedrock Edition more. And the other thing is, although less now that it's getting more and more popular and there's more, the technical side of Bedrock is really starting to blossom now. But I always feel on Bedrock Edition, like when I'm designing something or coming up with something, it genuinely is new and unique and potentially something that no one's done before. And there's been a few occasions over the years where I've come up with something that's now, well, was for a while at least, the standard of what everybody does. Like, I was the first person, I know I bang on about this a lot, but for me it's an achievement. I was the first person to come up with a nether portal idea for the Guardian farms and figured out that Guardian spawning were in specific spots. If I hadn't have done that, nobody would have done that. We would have still been trying to put Guardians in bubble columns. And, so I couldn't do that on Java Edition because there's too much technical stuff going on there already. It's all been done. So I feel like there's still opportunities on Bedrock Edition, particularly because it changes so regularly, with them trying to bring parity over from Java Edition and them trying to do just move. They're still not nailed down exactly how they want the game to be. So it feels like things are always changing, which always gives you an opportunity to learn more and do more and break new ground and come up with new things. So I really like that about Bedrock Edition. On Java Edition, yes, we get new updates, and yes, occasionally they'll change something that's been in the game a long time, but generally it's pretty stale and nothing really improves or changes all that much, I don't think. All right, shot back up again now, mates. Don't worry. I'll let you off from banning everyone. We're back to 113 people. But only 73 likes. Man, geez, that must mean 30 people, no, 40 people just not enjoying this stream. If you're not enjoying it, that's fine. You don't have to enjoy it. But if you are enjoying it, just do me a favour and hit that like button, because then loads of people will get to like it as well. Because YouTube will be like, oh, people like this, so we'll share it with other people. It helps me out, and it helps my channel grow, and it helps people find my content who might not have found it before. Griffin80 says, with the new shulker farms on Bedrock finally, would this potentially cause lag on the server with the number of entities? Yeah, of course. Anything that's got quite a lot of entities in it is laggy. There's no way of having entities in the world, even if they're not doing anything. Even if they're absolutely static and have no behaviours on there, the fact that that's an entity in the world, the way the game loads it and renders it means it's going to cause lag. So, yes. Shulkers, shulkers with lots of behaviours that are constantly calculating things and then reproducing and teleporting and firing bullets, which are extra entities, are incredibly laggy when you've got them in quantity. So if you're going to build a shulker farm, which absolutely do, because why not? Then if you're doing that on a server, or if you're doing it on single player and you don't want your entire base area to be laggy, then I would definitely suggest you do it away from your main base area, and on a server particularly do it away from where other people are playing so that you don't always have it loaded. That's the same with any farm that has a lot of entities involved in it. Put them in a place... Oh, no, not you guys. Put them in a place where it's not going to affect your other players. You're not keeping it constantly loaded. Because if you... Oh, my goodness, look how much damage you just did. If you do, that's a pretty selfish way of playing the game. If you know that what you're doing is causing lag, and it's something you're loading regularly, or you're AFKing at a lot while other players are trying to play, then that's just a very selfish way of playing the game. Not saying you're selfish, by the way. I'm just saying that's how it is in general for everybody. But the fact that you asked that question clearly means that you are thinking about it, and you're probably not a selfish player. Is this a private server? Yes, it is. Chris Lane says, can you see chat on a YouTube stream replay? Yes, there's 3 options you've got with YouTube streams. You can, I don't even know why the first one's an option because it doesn't make any sense. But the first one is a normal latency stream. And what latency is how long it takes for YouTube to process what information I'm sending it and get it over to you guys. So the normal latency gives you a stream delay of around about sort of 10 to 15 seconds, which might not seem like much, but it's quite a long time from when you write something in chat, I see it and then give you a reply, because the round trip for that's normally within about 30 to 40 seconds, which is a long time, and chat's normally moved on quite a substantial distance from them. The next one is low latency, and with low latency, you can pretty much have all of the features that you get with normal latency. There's nothing like blocked from you or anything like that, and that takes it down to, I think it's about 5 seconds or so. I can't remember the exact numbers. But then there's ultra low latency, which is what I used to stream on YouTube a long time ago when I used to do YouTube streams, and that means there's only a 2-second delay, which is obviously more ideal. But if you do that, then you don't get any of the DVR stuff. So that basically means when people join the stream when you're halfway through, they can't rewind and catch up on other stuff. It means the chat's not recorded for when you're doing the upload later on, and yeah, it just means that when it goes onto the channel afterwards, it's just like a video. So if you want to see the stream with all of the chat and stuff as well, that's why I do it on the low latency rather than ultra low latency, which means we've got a little bit of a delay between what you're saying and what I'm saying, but I don't think that's a big issue. Not a massive one. Fair enough answer. Bedrock was what I played, and I moved over to Java for shaders and mods. Completely different game for me. Rather than enjoying it, I can build on the nether roof, lol. Well, each to their own. I'm not a big fan of building on the nether roof myself. It's something that I'd like to do at some point as part of a series, but it's not something that I'm desperate for. I certainly don't miss not being able to do it on Bedrock Edition, because I kind of just don't see the point, really. I mean, with a little bit less effort, or a little bit more effort, sorry, you can pretty much achieve the same things on Bedrock Edition without needing to build on the leather roof on the nether roof. On the leather roof. This roof's made of leather. I know. Weird, isn't it? Joe Bond, sorry, not J Bond, says, hey, I have a question. And then it's gone. Where's it gone? I've lost it. I'll get back to it. Oh, it's at the bottom. I'll get back to it in a minute. Naive says, Foxy just did a video lately where they allowed you to change the build height in the overworld, and hopefully they'll bring that function to the nether soon. Yeah, with a bit of luck. Stream looks very clear, says Dash Nushrishta. I'm glad you think so. Which server hosting Truly Bedrock server use? We use Nodecraft, because that's the host that I'm partnered with, and I think all but one of the TB members that have a partnership with the server hosting company are using Nodecraft as well. I have to say that Nodecraft are very good. Their technical support is fantastic. I don't get paid to say any of this stuff, by the way. It's my genuine feelings on it. They're very easy to set up, the Nodecraft servers. The management side of things is way better than other server hosts I've used before. But the one downside with it is they're not very good for Bedrock Edition. Well, they're all right for Bedrock Edition, but they don't. It's like they did servers for Java Edition and then just plonked Bedrock Edition on the same system, and as a result, the game the backup system doesn't work properly, the save system doesn't work properly, and you need to make sure that you're regularly... So you have to basically run some really weird commands in their system to make sure that the server turns off regularly so you can take a full backup. Their backup system's out of this world, because their backup system, not only do they store it on your local hosting thing, but they also back it all up to a cloud as well. So if anything happens with the actual box that you're running on, your backups are stored safely on an external thing. So it's really good from that point of view. But unless you're running the backups when the server is actually offline, they'll all be corrupted anyway. And I have reached out to them about that, and I've explained it, but I think it seems like a little bit too much like hard work for them to implement that properly. But don't let that think that it's no good for Bedrock Edition. You just need to make sure that you're running server commands to turn the server off regularly while they're taking a backup. It's perfectly good. And I'll tell you what, in terms of performance compared to other server hosts I've used, this feels the same to me as actually running the server. That I don't notice any difference from running this on the Nodecraft server for what I did when I was running it from my own Windows server at home. And considering that Linux, which this is running on, is not very good at running Minecraft Bedrock Edition, that's saying something for how good it is. Because the other server hosts I used previously, I was previously partnered with Bisect Hosting. The performance on that was awful. The systems were awful in comparison to Nodecraft. Again, though, the people were amazing. The technical support was absolutely fantastic. They would bend over backwards to help you out. They were great. But they're just, unfortunately, the systems they were running on just weren't up to scratch. So that's why I had to move. What are you building? Says Dash Nash Richter. I'm digging out a sea cave. This is going to be a sea cave that's leading into the back of my base. Nodecraft is a lot better than the last one, says Rotato Face. Yeah, Bisect Hosting. Well, it wasn't great, was it? When's your next video coming out, says Bat Lantern? Well, this is part of the next video that I'm recording. I started recording it this morning. With a bit of luck, it will all be done and dusted by Thursday afternoon, with a view to coming out either Thursday afternoon or over the weekend at some point. Now, I used to do videos on a Wednesday and a Friday, and then I moved my Friday video to a Saturday because the podcast comes out on a Friday instead. But I've decided I'm not going to do any midweek video releases now, purely because when I release them midweek, they just don't perform as well. It seems a lot more people have got time to watch YouTube at the weekend. So my streams are what you get throughout the week, and my videos are what you get throughout the weekend. So this might be Thursday because that's kind of technically near the weekend, but it's more likely to be Saturday or Sunday. Depends. I'm not in any rush to push it out any earlier than that, let's put it that way. And if you can't wait for content before then just make sure that you watch the stream VODs and the podcasts and all the other crazy stuff that I do. I don't think I stopped putting content out at the moment. It might not be all videos, but I'm still like putting content out almost every day, one way or another. Ralph says, yes, my ping on your patron server is 12, which is also running on Nodecraft. So yeah, crazy. That's what I was getting at home with the one that was in my bedroom. So that's amazing, isn't it? And considering these are our servers actually located in Amsterdam, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. So are you playing on PC Minecraft for Windows? Yes. Is that Bedrock? Yeah, I played on Xbox, so it was learning curve using the keyboard and mouse. Totally better, I think. Yeah, if you've got it on Xbox or a phone or anything like that, you can use a wireless keyboard and mouse or a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, or even on Xbox you can use a wired one. So there's so many more options now. I could bring my Xbox in here and run this through Xbox, but obviously it's much easier for me to muck about with add-ons and skins and resources and server management and stuff like that using the Windows 10 version. But I could keep it completely separate and run through a capture card. But I don't see the point in doing that personally. Also, is it just me, or every single time you turn an Xbox on, it needs to spend 25 minutes updating? And that's pretty much the amount of time you had to be able to play on it. And then it's like, nah, I've run out of time now. Turn it back off again. I don't understand it. Why they push out updates so regularly and why they're so massive. Like my PlayStation 4, it'll go, I need an update. and it'll take about 10 seconds. And the Nintendo Switch is like, I need an update, and it'll take about 10 seconds. But when it's Xbox, it's like, this is 78 gigabytes in size, and it's going to take 3 weeks to install it. And then after we've downloaded it, we're going to go through a 25-minute verification process just to make sure we've actually downloaded it all right for you. I get it, but why? Why does it need to be so big? Not everybody's got the fastest internet in the world and all the time in the world. The Timmy C says, I own a realm, but bugs in realms are very annoying. Signs don't work, and in the game chat has been broken for ages too. Would you recommend moving to a server for someone who doesn't host servers? Yeah, absolutely. A hosted one. I wouldn't host your own if you don't know much about it, but yeah, a hosted one's much better than a realm. I would never recommend realms on Bedrock Edition. I've never have. I've run plenty of realms on Bedrock, and there's always, as much as the developers do keep trying and pushing really hard to get the Bedrock realms up to scratch, they're just rubbish. They really are. The performance is awful on them. Their management system's constantly breaking. It's impossible to upload them sometimes. It's impossible to download them sometimes. You try and change the world settings and it just doesn't save. There's so many problems with it that are just on and off, and there have been, and this has literally been since I started playing Bedrock Edition years ago. So I don't know why they can't get their heads around it and get it sorted out, and there must be some real sort of big problems that they just aren't able to access or deal with. You wouldn't think it would be that complicated, really, would you? But it must be, because, yeah, for something that's a paid part of the game, you're paying monthly extra for that. It is cheap. I mean, realms are really cheap compared to having a server or something like that. But that shouldn't be an excuse for them to not do a proper job, in my humble opinion. I need another shulker box. Told you we'd end up with loads of stuff on this. Lawful says it takes so long on Xbox because Microsoft. Maybe, yeah. They don't do anything in a hurry, Microsoft, do they? My old GPU got burned. Even the slot where GPU connected to the motherboard. Oh dear, doesn't sound very good. Oop. Don't burn your GPU, mate. OMG, I know the feeling. Try to have a gaming session with mates. It's update time, yeah. That was from Zachary Quack. Pamela says, my Series X had to load so much faster than the Xbox One. My BF and I got together 15-20 minutes before him. Yeah, I've got a Series S, and it's so fast actually, like loading games and doing stuff, but still the updates take forever. Bat Lantern says, I can only watch streams in 144p live. That's why I pause the stream for 1 to 2 minutes so I can watch a little bit behind. Wow. Yo, Foxy, got here again. You doing? Says John Mark Valenti. Yeah, I'm doing. You doing? Right then. I don't know how much more of this we really need to dig out. I'll dig out this bit a bit more, but we obviously want it to start raising up towards the back anyway, otherwise it'd be a bit weird. So I think I'll just sort of gradually dig back a little bit now and push it a bit further back and have a gentle slope. And then we're going to have to decorate it all. I need to do the ceiling actually. We need to put a false floor in so I can reach the ceiling so I can do all of that. That'll be fun. You scaffolding. Scaffolding. You use scaffolding. Mine must update. The whole offline never had an update. Yeah, I refuse to leave my Xbox off in offline mode, in rest mode, just because it uses so much electricity, and with electricity prices the way they are, everything I'm not using goes off at the wall now. The only thing that stays plugged in is the fridge and the freezer and my PC. All my monitors and everything connected to my PC all go off at the wall, but my PC stays on in standby mode, because if it doesn't, it takes about 15 minutes to turn on in the morning. For some, I don't know. It's been a problem since I bought this PC. Well, I say since I built this PC. I'm pretty sure there's a problem with the motherboard on it, and I'm pretty sure that's been there from day one. But if I turn it off like fully at the wall and turn it back on, and press the power button, it doesn't come on. It all comes on and then just goes off again. And then it comes on again, then it goes off again, and then it comes on again, and then it goes off again, and then it takes the longest time ever to boot, and that's if it even manages to get into Windows. And it just, yeah, it takes ages. So that's the only thing I leave plugged in on standby is my actual PC. All the monitors and everything else all go off at the wall. And I tell you what, considering in the UK, the electricity prices, for me at least, have doubled when it all went up. Was it last month? My electricity bill has actually reduced. So changing from having everything always on standby, the TV and all that sort of stuff always on standby, to just making sure everything's off at the wall apart from the fridge, has saved me so much money. Or it would have done if I'd have done this years ago when electricity prices were cheap. I'd probably like never had to pay anything for my electric. So just goes to show you how much stuff uses when it is still plugged in. It might look like not much, and your smart meter goes, oh, this is only using a penny an hour. Oh, well, that's not too bad. Then 2p an hour. But when you've got like 15 of those things all plugged in, using a penny an hour, it soon adds up over a month. I won't expect Bedrock and Java parity to be a thing on Bedrock. Just hard. What? Finally, someone pointed out that Xbox, I have the same issue. Every time I get my Xbox, it's time for an update. Hey, Foxy, can you have no craft server for Xbox? Just Realms. Yeah, you can. There is a piece, I can't remember the name of it now. I think there's a few of them, actually. But there's some software out there that allows you to basically confuse your Xbox into thinking that a server is a LAN game. And that way you can play LAN servers as if it's a LAN game. People on my Patreon servers use them all the time. I don't know if it means you've got to have like a phone or a PC on, like that's bouncing the signal through that or something like that, or if it actually can do it natively through a router or on the Xbox itself. But it is certainly possible. And it can't be that hard because plenty of people do it. And I think it's fairly safe to say that the majority of people these days have got a smartphone. So even if it does need a smartphone connection, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do it. And that's the other good thing on Nodecraft. The entire thing you can do from your smartphone as well. So I can literally do all of my server maintenance, shutting it down, affecting the console, all that sort of stuff I can just do from my phone, which is fantastic. And it's not a limited experience doing it. So yeah. I don't want to keep going on about how good Nodecraft are, but if you look at this this live stream in the description, there's actually a link to get some money off on your first purchase. And the good thing about that link is it gives me a little bit of money when you do that too. And the longer you keep it, the more money I get. So get a Nodecraft server and keep it forever. But like I say, they don't pay me to say nice things about them. I can say whatever I want about them. But I choose to say good things because they're really good. My water's got a bit of a slope. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. We need to flatten this water out at some point, if we can. I like the fact that Jessie B's got a conduit near here, because that does, make working under this water a lot easier. Although I keep going slightly out of range on it. And don't talk about electricity prices. £7 a day, says Dan Bradley. Oof. Oof. Yeah, mine's now, even with these new prices, is about £3 a day. £4 if I've done loads of washing and drying. But yeah, generally speaking, most days from here are about £3, which is yeah, quite high. But I was paying I was paying more than that before. And I live in a reasonably large house, really, so that's not bad. Hello! Oh, am I going to get Bad Omen? I don't want Bad Omen over here. That's not good. Can you still despawn these guys by running away? I can get away from them now. Run away! Wow, Foxy, you guys got on Aternos? No, I haven't. My son has got an Aternos server because it's free. He uses one to play with his friends. You can get a free one on there. I don't know how good it is. Don't know whether it's any good or not. But yeah, there are free levels on that one. So I've never used it, and I've had a lot of complaints from people saying your add-ons don't work on my Aternos server. How do I do that? So I can't imagine the system's great if they can't even work with add-ons. But I've got no experience with that whatsoever, so I shouldn't really say anything. I don't know why I'm hoarding this junk. Because you're a hoarder. Yes, I know. But apart from that. Blocks. Put them in there. Have you ever been to the United States? I have indeed, yeah. Not for a long time. I think I went to... I've been a few times when I was younger. I don't think I've been as an adult. Can't remember. Maybe I have. Can't remember. You'd think that's something you'd remember, wouldn't you? If I can't remember, it must not have been. Usually get for what you pay for with things like that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You do indeed. If something's free, it's normally free for a reason. There's not many free things in life that are just free for the sake of being free. At the end of the day, everyone's got to eat. What host are you guys on, says John Mark? We've just been discussing that. We're with Cube Toast. No, we're not. They don't exist anymore. We're in Nodecraft. Jeez. Cube Toast. Cube Toast went goodbye. I was nearly with Cube Toast. A lot of the TV members before with Cube Toast, and what was really great is when Cube Toast went, Nodecraft just was like, they actually partnered with Cube Toast while they were shutting down to take everybody off, like, on board from them. So they did, yeah, it was great the way it all transitioned over. Nobody was left without anything. They're like, oh, you had a free server with Cube Toast because you're a partner with them. Don't worry, we'll give you a free server. Oh, nice. And then there was little old me going, I nearly had a free server, but they shut down just before they gave it to me. No worries, mate. Come on, have a free server. Oh, okay, thanks very much. Can I have a really good one? Yep. You can have the best. You can have a dedicated server if you want, because you're FoxyNoTail. I know I am. I'm FoxyNoTail, mate. How many do you want? 7. No, you can have 1. Okay, 1. Perfect. That's how the conversation went, pretty much. You pay peanuts, you get monkeys, says Rob. No. I think monkeys would be good at some jobs. I don't know what. If they were, you know, if you needed someone to fling lots of poo, then, you know, they're pretty good. Pretty good for the money, I would have thought. Love the voices, says Chainer. Dislike paying 60p for day for stand in charge. Oh, I know. That's how you get you. That's how they get you. It's so irritating, isn't it? Stand in charge. Stand in charge. For what? Why are you charging me for just having a connection? It doesn't cost you anything. Oh, well, we got the maintenance and the upkeep. No, David, no. There's a thing called the National Grid that deals with all that. That's not on you. Oh, but we got to pay. No. Get out of it, you rip-off merchant. Electricity companies don't like them very much. Can you tell? Mine keeps going, hey, you should take out one of our fixed tariffs to protect you in future for when it gets even worse. And I'm like, nah, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah, but we can save you so much money in the future. You don't know how things are going to be in the future. You've no idea. I'm not going to go, oh yeah, I'll take out a fixed tariff that's 3 times the price of what I'm currently paying on the basis that in 2 years' time it's going to be worse. It probably will be worse, but it also might be better. So I'm going to edge my bets and just carry on paying a low price on a variable rate than I would be on the high rate. But it's pretty... No. Okay then. So far it's working out pretty well for me. So just to clarify, if I decide to upgrade to... Oh my goodness, drowning. Hang on, I'm trying to read while I'm drowning. One moment, please. To clarify, I decide to upgrade to Nodecraft. As long as I access their website via your link and sign up from there, that will support you too. It absolutely will. Yeah, it will indeed. It will help me out. Give me all that tasty Nodecraft money. Well, it's technically your money that you're giving to Nodecraft, and I'm just getting a bit of it. Just a little bit for me. Well, then I could get it cheaper if you didn't get your... No, it's technically cheaper for you as well, because that's just the sort of nice things that Nodecraft do. And I know the maths doesn't work out, but trust me, it's real. They told me. I tried to update my Minecraft Pocket Edition. It will lag or FPS drop from me. Oh, man. That sucks. Admits deleting messages again. Oh, man. Where is Silent Whisperer? I don't know. We don't live together. I will definitely be chatting to my server mates, says Timmy C. Amazing. Well, good luck. I hope it goes the way you would like it to. Right, we need a few buckets of water here now, I think. We'll flatten that water out. Then we'll put in a temporary ceiling and do the ceiling. And then, if we've got time, we'll consider starting to decorate all this area as well. Oh, man, this is going to take forever, isn't it? Yeah, just give me some solid water. Can I do it from underneath? No, you still can't take a bucket of water from being underwater. Great. This game works well, guys. I'm just going to put that out there. It works very well. No, it doesn't. It does. It works really well. Does exactly what I want it to do. No. Doesn't. No, you're right. It doesn't. Alright, I'll admit it. Totally broken. Oh, jeez, I missed. Can't be worse than Realms. No. No, I don't think it can. Not much can be worse than Realms, to be fair. The other thing about Nodecraft as well, I've seen other ones do this as well, but they have instances. So basically what you can do is you go, okay, all right, I'm going to set this world up for everything I want to do with these friends. But I kind of want to play on this one while no one's doing anything. So you set up another instance of a world, and then you can literally just switch out whichever one you want on your server. So you're like, okay, today we're just going to nip into doing some mini-games on this mini-game map that I've got. And you just, like, switch it to that on your server. And then you go, okay, we're going to go back to the main survival server now. So you just switch it back to that. It's great. Very handy system. Come on, start connecting. Why are you not connecting, bro? Normally I can't stop water connecting. Today it's like, nah, it's going to be annoying. I see you as main figure for Bedrock, says Hatred Hyde. What, like the main figure? Like number one? I like the idea of that. I'm number one Bedrock. Yeah, I'll take that. Or just a main figure, like one of them, because that's not quite as good. I mean, I'll still take it, but it's not quite as good. Which theoretically should be able to do Realms 2, but nothing uploads on them. Well, yeah, exactly. Theoretically, on Realms, you should be able to have up to 10 players. You cannot. Don't work, mate. Well, technically 11 if you include the host as well, but no. You get 10 players on there, you might as well all just stand there as statues and, you know, play musical statues, because there's nothing else you can do. You want to mine blocks with your friends? Oh. Come back next week, mate. We'll fix it. Your pig's dying. It is. That's what happens when you use them. When you use things to start using durability, it's very frustrating, but it's just how the game works. It's not dead yet. There's lots left on this pick. I'm not worried. Minecraft FoxyNoTail edition. Well, it's funny you should say that. If we do this thing that we mentioned at the beginning of the stream, if I start this new stream series, which is all about making Minecraft add-ons from the Minecraft feedback website wishlist, we technically will be making FoxyNoTail Minecraft edition. And obviously all the things that we make on there, I'll put available for download on my website if it's, you know, if we do a good job. So, yeah, definitely. I was actually, that was another one of my ideas I had recently as well. Like going, okay, this is probably where it came from. What's the main things people are always asking for in Minecraft? Is it possible to do that with an add-on? If so, I might start doing like Foxy's Minecraft update, the Birch Forest update, and like just putting making my own Minecraft update with entities and new biomes and stuff. The sort of stuff that Mojang like misses out, or people are always asking for, that can be done with add-ons, and then just releasing that as my own little like brand it all as if it's a proper Minecraft update, obviously, so it's doesn't look unofficial, but you know what I mean, like with all the proper logo stuff and everything like that. I think that'd be really funny. Peter says, I use your magical armor stand, it's glorious. Do you think Minecraft will ever put chunk borders in the game? I'm not going to say never, because they're working hard on parity for a long time now, and they're adding bits and bobs in that. The thing I think the problem is for Bedrock Edition, I think they try and keep the user interface and the way it plays as simple as possible. And I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that obviously it's tricky to do a lot of stuff on a mobile with limited the control options, as in like you've got touchscreen. And I think a lot of that is just understanding that the majority of people that play Minecraft Bedrock Edition are younger and probably don't care all that much. They're just making a world, downloading a map from the marketplace, spending 5 minutes with it, and then doing something else. And that's really, as much as they shouldn't measure the entire player base like that. If the majority's doing that, then I guess there's not really much of a reason for them to want to go, oh, well, we need to add all of these features in for everyone else, because they're focusing on what's making them the money at the end of the day, which makes sense because it's a business. It's not a charity. They've got to make money in order to keep paying the developers, in order to keep making the Minecraft updates. So I get that, but there is a bigger and bigger like droves of players coming over to Bedrock Edition that might not have played it before because they think it's not very good, or it's the baby version of Minecraft. And the more that join, the more of this parity stuff we're seeing, the louder the voices are of the Bedrock Edition players, and the more people are paying attention, or the more the developers seem to be paying attention to it. And that's why we're seeing more and more of this parity stuff being added over time. So it's not impossible that will come, but I don't think that's something they would consider vital to gameplay, because it's useful for us knowing where chunk lines are, but it should be invisible. I mean, like any other game you play, let's take Assassin's Creed, or an open world game, or like Elden Ring, or Assassin's Creed, or something like that, or Tomb Raider, any of these open world games. They've all got chunks. They don't have necessarily the same size in the same way. They don't necessarily work in the same way, but they're all loading up small areas of the game around the player, so that you're not loading the entire world in order to keep the stuff down. And no one's moaning at them that there's no F3 screen and I need to see the chunk borders. You don't need, realistically, to see chunk borders on Bedrock Edition unless you're really trying hard to make sure that you're chunk aligning farms or entities, which to a certain aspect is important. However, now that entities are stored separately from the chunk data, I would hope that means that they're not going to be despawning on chunk borders anymore. I haven't tested it out. I'm not 100% sure that is the case, but that should be the case. So that means that realistically, the only reason that you would need to see a chunk border now is to stop your hopper minecarts from disappearing. No, not disappearing, but like stopping, because sometimes there's a bug where a hopper minecart will just lose momentum when it's on a chunk border when you load back in. So having anything with a hopper minecart in, or a hopper, is a good idea to keep it chunk aligned in order to prevent those things. So yes, that's kind of needed, but that's only because bugs exist. You don't need them from a technical point of view in order to do good with the game. So I think from Mojang's point of view, it's not a necessity. They don't need, as far as they're concerned, players don't need it. And I have to agree. If chunk aligning wasn't necessary, then chunk borders would be irrelevant, says Roth. Exactly. That's the point I took 25 minutes trying to get to. Still hoping for TNT parity. Really want 100% drop rate. Oh yeah, 100% drop rate. Sorry, I thought you meant like duping TNT. Yeah, I would like that. I think that would be brilliant. Morning, Foxy. Can't believe I caught a live stream. That's from George. Hatred Height says the question is what button is going to use for chunk border. Well, I think that would have to be one that you turned off and on in the menus, wouldn't it? I don't think that should be one on screen. Minecraft Gamer says, hey Foxy, I love watching your videos. Glad you're streaming today on my birthday. Happy birthday, Minecraft Gamer. Flip Up says, can seasons be done as well with add-ons? I was thinking about that. I don't think so. You can't. I don't think there's a command in Bedrock Edition to allow you to change the biome, and you would realistically need to change the biome in order to get it to go from like rain to snow. So no, not easy. I don't think there would even be a very good workaround for that one. I think we need sleep percentage parity. I think that would be useful, but again, I don't think that's something that they're really that invested in bringing over quickly. You never know. Does it need parity between PC and console edition first, says Chewbacca. Phoenix Drake Fire says, nice seeing more of a Java edition creators like Cubvan and Impulse talk about the need for parity. Yeah, I think parity is useful. Like Redstone parity would be great, so that the tutorials need to be, if you're doing a tutorial on one edition, it needs to be the same as the other one as well. But for me, I like the fact that Bedrock's different. I like the fact that we've got different things going on. I don't want parity. I really don't want parity. Yeah, of course there's certain features that I'd like to have brought over. Like I'd like to have the ability to use an offhand. I'd like to have sweeping edge. But I don't want the games to be the same. I know a lot of people do, and I guess it should be if you're thinking about it. But I like it's different. I like that it's a different game. I don't know. I'm still having my villagers disappear after the update. It was supposed to fix it, says D-Best. Oh, really? Okay. Well, like I say, I hadn't tested it, and I assumed it probably wasn't fixed, but I was really hoping it would be. Don't know if entities still disappear because I always chunk align my villager house and farms. But you can say that and then change your mind, D-Best. Which one is it? Oh, mate, it's deleting people's messages again. Oh, my goodness. Why can't Where's I am not Sam just put in the chat, mates? I don't understand it. Why are you deleting their messages? It's perfectly reasonable. I don't want to suggest that there's a lot of weirdos out there, but there's a lot of weirdos out there. It worried me last night. Oliver came over last night, as he does on a Monday after school. And he says, Dad, how do you comment on YouTube videos? Bear in mind, Oliver's 7. And I'm like, no. You don't. You can't do it on the YouTube Kids app anyway. Yeah, but this person that I watch all the time is always saying to leave a comment. I'm like, you don't need to leave a comment. In fact, you're not allowed to until you're 13 at least anyway. I said, but how do you do it? I'm not telling you. It'd be exactly the same, wouldn't it? It'd be just total nonsense. I'll leave it next time, says Mitz. Lost in Wales, what's your favourite feature that Bedrock has that Java doesn't have? Mine's Trident Killers. Underfloor lighting, the fact that light shines through slabs. I think that's my favourite feature. There's one, and I never remember it when people ask me that question, but there's a feature that I often get reminded of that Bedrock Edition has that Java Edition doesn't have, which is just amazing. And I'm like, I'm so glad we've got this. Obviously, there's pushable tile entities like chests and hoppers and things like that, so that's great. But there's another one, and I can never remember what it is. I would really like furnace minecarts. Why? Why? I'll tell you what, furnace minecarts were quite fun. I used to have a little train on Java Edition because it was great that the minecarts behind a furnace minecart would just link together. But that was back when they had this thing in the mechanics that if a furnace was going minecart was going too fast when it went round a corner, it would derail. And that was a fun mechanic, but it was really annoying when you were trying to sort out things for farms and stuff like that. So I think the way minecarts are now is great. I think it would be more fun to have more rail stuff, but I'm not desperate for it. I think what we've got and what we can do now is fine. Personally. I know these are my opinions. You don't necessarily have to share them, and you probably don't, but I'm just explaining what mine is. Don't worry if you don't align. I think much just normal dirt. Just make a total mess with all this area I've just nicely cleared out. Forward block placing is very nice. Yeah. Foxy for the win, says Stephen Risinger. Thank you very much. Trident killers, says Chill Dodge. I don't like trident killers. I don't think they should be allowed in the game. I think if trident killers are fine if they use durability on the trident and if it didn't count as a player kill. So you couldn't use looting, you couldn't hold a sword and get the looting effect. I think that would be a fair compromise. I like the idea that you can put a trident in pistons and it moves around and kills mobs. That's great. That's fantastic. I think that should stay. And I like the fact that it doesn't despawn. I think that should stay. But I don't think it should be able to be infinite durability, and I don't think that it should be counting as a player kill, because you shouldn't get XP from it, and you shouldn't get the looting effect. That should be the compromise, because they're just way too OP. Way too OP. Pushable lectins makes getting the librarians you need so much easier. Is that not a thing on Java Edition? Can you not push a lectin on Java Edition? Wow. Those guys got it hard. Bedrock Edition for the win. Mending on it, says Chewbacca. Yeah, but that would only work if there was XP, wouldn't it? So if it still got XP, which I don't think it should, then mending on it, obviously, yes, you would then allow it to get the mending off the XP that's floating around. That would kind of make sense. But again, I still think that's too OP. I don't think it should be able to get XP from the entities. So I think if they leveled that out and balanced that a bit better, that would be great. But then you just get all of these people going, but Java Edition's got this, that, and the other. Java Edition don't have anything like that. What have Java Edition got that just, well, entity cramming, I guess. But you don't get XP from entity cramming, and you don't get the looting effect from it. So, you know, it's balanced. Oh, do you? I think you do get XP from entity cramming, actually, don't you? Oh, no, it's the entity cram. You get it from the piglins because you've angered them, so they're technically a player kill. So, yeah, I think that needs balancing on that. And then, wrong SMP, mate, says Mitz. What season Mumbo was added in Truly Bedrock? Jeez. No, I think that's because they probably don't get the sarcasm, Mitz. In the last stream, we were talking about a player whose name began with P that used to be on Truly Bedrock, and Roth said Pumbo Jumbo, so we were joking about Mumbo Jumbo being in Truly Bedrock. I think that's where that came from. Obviously, they're quite confused, thinking that actually Mumbo Jumbo... Why can't I get... I've put it over my beacon hole! Where's my beacon hole? It was 560 by 800. Oh, jeez. My beacon no longer working. Piston with the lectern is extremely good, says Farlap Jones. 560 by 800. Just there. There we go. That's better. Can't see it, but it's there. Impulse was complaining that you can't push lectins in a recent video. Oh, really? Okay. You can use jump bridge or something close to it so you can build platforms faster. Just place one block and keep holding left click. Yeah, that's good. Like block placing like that. Yeah. Takes some getting used to. I still haven't managed to do like speed bridging. I still can't do that. I really struggle with that. But yeah. That is a good feature that Bedrock's got that Java Edition doesn't have. How do you feel about the changes to portals in 1.19? For Java Edition, it's not for Bedrock Edition, is it? It's for Java Edition. I don't think portals... I know that's the thing to get piglins to spawn in the overworld, but I don't think any mobs should be able to spawn on a portal block, and I think the easiest way to deal with that is to just stop mobs spawning on obsidian. I think that would solve that problem. So... I think they should make it so that pigmen only spawn on portals in the overworld for a start, and that would prevent the mob issues happening in the nether. Because what's happening is, if for people that don't know, For the 1.19 pre-release, this second pre-release, Mojang have gone, we've accidentally made a bug now that the mobs in the nether can spawn up to light level 11, that they will spawn on nether portal blocks, allowing them to instantly transport into the overworld, which means you can make a mob farm for withers, skeletons, and even enderman, I think. What's the other one? I can't remember. And obviously that's broken, and they've said that they're not going to fix it for 1.19 because they're too far down the line of doing the pre-releases, but it is something that they're going to fix in the future. And I think they do, because I think having that is just ridiculously overpowered. You don't need any other mechanics other than just putting a portal down and in the overworld just killing the mobs that come through. I think just making it so that mobs will not spawn on a portal block or obsidian is the easy fix there. And then just have the mechanic, a different mechanic perhaps, that allows pigmen to spawn in portals in the overworld. And that would also maybe prevent the portal ticking issue as well, because I know we get portal ticking gold farms on Bedrock, and that's what a lot of people get their gold from. But that's a bug. That needs patching, needs fixing. I'm your fan. Can you welcome me? Says Linecraft. Welcome, Linecraft. Of course. Minecraft Gamer, what are your plans of getting around the Warden, exploring the Dark City? I'm not planning to get around it. I'm planning to enjoy the experience of the Warden. I'm going to go to an ancient city, and I'm going to try my hardest to get all of the stuff out of there without the Warden spawning by doing how you're supposed to do it. If I can find some swift sneak, I'll put that on my boots. Otherwise, I'll keep as quiet as possible. I'll crouch. I'll take a bunch of wool with me and some carpet so I can lay it down and tread carefully. And I'll, you know, try and smash as many shriekers as I can without alerting him. So, yeah, I'm not planning on cheesing my way through it. I'm planning on really enjoying the experience as it's intended. I think going into that with an expectation to just cheat your way through it, you're taking your ability to actually enjoy that thing away the way it's intended. Yeah, fair enough. Once you've done it a few times, I'm sure we'll develop ways of just like cheesing it to get the Warden out of the way so we can just go and get all of the good stuff. But I'm really looking forward to the process of just doing that right the first time, I guess. Foxy plus Warden is going to be hilarious. Well, I hope so. Hope it's going to be fun. We'll see. We will see. Cannot promise anything. But I'll try my best. Oh man, I need somewhere. Let's put this wood in this shulker box. This is why I always got so much stuff. Just got so much junk all the time. Let's put the lanterns back in there. Put the coal back in there. And then we got room for more junk over here. There we go. This can be junk box now. What did I put in there instead of lanterns? Oh, I got no room for them. I got too many buckets. Don't need all those buckets in there. Minecraft has always been a horror game, says Rotated Owlface. Yeah, like the Elder Guardian. The Elder Guardian, as it pops up through the water, is supposed to spark fear. It's supposed to be a horror thing. The Enderman is supposed to be a horror thing. The Wither, you know, you couldn't really suggest that's anything else other than a horror mechanic. The Nether. The fact that the Nether is still in the game files on Bedrock Edition referred to as hell, and the Nether rack is supposed to have been like congealed blood originally. I think they've changed it now to make it look less like that. But yeah, I don't see how anybody could look at Minecraft and not see its horror game roots. There's always been a massive horror aspect to Minecraft. So I don't think the Warden's making it a horror game. I think it's just adding to it. Perhaps it's more of a horror thing because it's chasing you. But I think I like that. I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you, Peter, for joining as a channel member. Welcome to the VIP rank. Whoop, whoop. Absolutely amazing.
Peter W became a member.
Michelle Lim says, how are you feeling today? I'm feeling pretty good, actually. How are you feeling? Although I could do, I'm not going to lie, I could do with going to the little boy's room again. Collecting more stuff for the haystacks is Dash Richie. It feels that way, doesn't it? Lights Lab says, Foxy, do you happen to know what the behavior trees in Bedrock Behavior Pack are for? Behavior trees. Excuse me a moment while I procrastinate and go and have a look at behavior trees. One moment, please. That'll be in the data folder, I believe. Correct? Where, give me a folder. Oh, there we go. Vanilla behavior trees. I don't think you can do anything with those. I think they're just things that are used by stuff that's hard-coded into the game to basically tell a mob what to do. So for anybody interested, in the 1.18.31 behavior packs in the game files, you've got these things called behavior trees. So we've got here consume item. And if I open consume item up, let's get rid of those just in case. We've got that there's a wait duration after you've consumed it. So I guess it's just like when something happens in the game, it's just telling it how long to wait as like a global rule. So we've got walk forward, desired direction forward, maximum number of ticks 30. So it's just, I think they're just the way certain entities will link into these to tell them certain behaviors have to do it. So we've got interact behavior. There's nothing in there. I don't know. I've never really looked at them. Pick up nearby items. So that's probably something to do with like a piglin when you drop gold. So, or an allay maybe, although they're not in this one, are they? So pick up nearby item, find the entity, Minecraft entity, name, item, move to, wait direction. So there's all sorts of stuff in there that perhaps could be added on later on. I don't know. The chopped wood one looks interesting. Well, I just imagine that's when the players do. Let me look at that again. Find it again. Let's see if there's any different ones in 1.19. Let's open up the most recent 1.19 one. Although this is just the vanilla one. Chopped wood. I don't think this is for an entity. I think this is probably for... maybe. That could be like a villager job, couldn't it? Chop wood. So you've got find a block type log, break a block, wait for a second, or wait for 1 tick, I guess that is. Might be a second. Find an entity item, move the items to somewhere. So yeah, that could be used as a villager behavior. Maybe there's like something in Education Edition that uses those. I don't know. It does look interesting. I don't know if there's any in the 1.19. No, it doesn't look like there's any behavior trees in there. So I think they'll just probably be found in the vanilla one. But yeah, interesting. I don't even know if they're used. No idea. Is this a server or personal Minecraft world? This is a server, but it's not an open server. It's a content creators server for Minecraft content creators. If you're new and you're enjoying this stream, by the way, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. I make regular Minecraft videos. I make regular Minecraft streams. I make many content and add-ons. I've got an amazing website with loads of free stuff on it. So yeah, if you're not already involved, get involved. I've got a Discord. I've got a Twitch. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch later on with Mitz, who's one of my moderators and my main admin, doing Minecraft Hardcore on Java Edition. Got it all going on at the moment, peeps. So yeah, get involved. Get involved. Can't wait for wireless with redstone, says Flip Up. You mean the skulk sensors? What are you going to do with the skulk sensors? Let me know. What are you looking forward to being able to do with those? Flip Up says, I haven't been keeping up with 1.19 on purpose because I want it to feel like a new game. But you do you friend and allay, or how does that work? You friend it by giving it an item. It's as soon as you've given it an item, it's technically tamed, I guess, is the easiest way to put it. I don't think it is tamed. I think once you take the item away again, it'll go away, but I think that's how it's supposed to work. I think I might need to just reach out a bit further at that end there. Right, so let's start at this end. Ooh, I've got a bit too high up here. Put those back. I think we're technically under Jesse B's base here, so I don't want to dig too high into the ceiling. Let's just pop up and have a look. Yep. Better not dig too much there. I have a very upset Jesse B. Foxy, why is there holes all over my bed? I don't know what that not doing me, mate. Don't know what you're talking about. Did Dan Rob's Probs quit or just hiatus? I think he's quit. I don't think it was for him. I don't think there was any malice in it or upset. I think he wanted to try something new. I think he really liked the idea of being part of a team and doing multiplayer stuff. But I think Dan's heart lies more in making maps and add-ons and stuff like that. And I would imagine, like most people find out when their channel is built on one thing, and then they try and do something else on their channel, their audience doesn't necessarily react the way that they do. And when you see your videos and things doing badly and your channel overall looking decidedly worse because you've tried something new, it's the knee-jerk reaction is to just stop and go back to doing what you were doing before. Now, if you hang on to it, you'll build a new audience from that, and you can carry on doing what you were doing, or you enjoy, starting your new thing and actually getting something out of it. But it's really, really tempting to just go, nope, this doesn't work, I'm moving on. And I think that's potentially what happened in that situation. And I think he made the right decision, because since leaving Truly Bedrock, his channel's blown up. He's doing amazingly well. He's put out some amazing marketplace maps. So yeah, I think that's exactly what he needed to do. I went back and watched your first YouTube video again yesterday. I have to say it's still great, says Doug. I'm glad you think so. I'm not sure I agree with you, but I appreciate that regardless. You heard from Rogue Fox recently. Hope he's well. Yeah, Rogue keeps checking in, telling us that life's throwing him a few curveballs lately. He keeps intending to come back, but then he keeps having other things going on. So I don't think it'll be long before you see Rogue again. But yeah, life happens to us all. And for those of us that are not full-time, like Rogue, work, life, personal life stuff often does manage to find its way of getting in the way of the things you often would rather be doing. So I'm sure we're not seeing the last of Rogue on Truly Bedrock. At least I hope not. Timing would be hard, but tree farms with skulk sensors may make it easier. I don't think... Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think skulk sensors timing is going to be reliable enough to do anything like that. And to be honest with you, in my experience just testing them out in the betas, they're a bit hit and miss whether they detect stuff anyway. So it's a little bit like observers don't always see anything, but skulk sensors seems to be even worse. I found that when I was doing my testing for my videos, they would regularly miss a trigger that they should have picked up on. So I would really do a lot of testing before relying on a skulk sensor for something that requires redstone timings. I think skulk sensors are going to be great for simple stuff like redstone doors, traps. Maybe you could potentially use one as a wool farm to detect a sheep eating the grass, but again, I probably wouldn't rely on it if it's something that's critical. But if it's just like, oh, well, it'll pick it up the next time it eats the grass, then that's fine, You're probably not going to get the most efficient farm out of it, but I don't think it'll be horrendous. But maybe not, maybe they'll be better. Maybe they'll get worked on in future. Maybe they already will come out in the update and be more reliable. But in my experience, I think I'll trust them even less than I trust observers on Bedrock. Does it work with any item, says Michelle Lim. Does what work with any item? Awesome, Foxy, appreciate that. You're welcome, no problem. Is Mr. Beardstone fired on Truly Bedrock? Why would Mr. Beardstone be fired? For being too tall? It was only a joke. Most of the stuff I'm saying is, when it's stuff like that, it's a joke. It's not real. I'm only just messing about, okay? Mr. Beardstone is not too tall for Bedrock Edition, and he's not fired. Please don't take that seriously. What did happen with Pumpo Jumbo anyway? Just creative differences. Yeah, that's what it was, yeah. He was too good at Redstone, so we had to get rid of him. He was making us all look bad. Stop playing on Bedrock Edition, Pumbo Jumbo. You're making... you just ruin it for the rest of us. We can't get any views. That's how his channel got so big. It was nothing to do with Hermitcraft and Redstone videos. It's just because he played on Truly Bedrock. He just blossomed. We're like, no, we can't have this. We can't have players that are making us all look bad. We'll get rid of him. I shouldn't have got rid of that because I meant to decorate that ceiling. Oops. Oh well. We'll put some more down when we go to that level and start doing that. For now, though, let's get rid of all this minging dirt. Oh, but Soylent's still around, says Stephen Rising. Yeah, but he's no Pumbo Jumbo. Rolmix has just got to the stream. Hello, Rolmix. I listened to your podcast, saw your stream, and had to join. How's it going, says ex-head creator. It's going very well, thank you. How are you doing? Did you enjoy the podcast? You must have done if you popped along to my stream, or maybe you've just come over to here to heckle me because you think my podcast is so awful. Are your podcast rubbish? I thought I'd join all the way over here on your YouTube stream just to tell you. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your honesty. I'm sure that's not what you think. I'm only kidding. It's a joke. Another one. I keep doing these jokes. I'm wondering why nobody's getting them. Maybe they're just not very good jokes. Sounds about right. Beardy's just having a week off, the string sword. Beardy needs to catch up on about 6 years worth of sleep, I think, by the sounds of things. You think people seem to think that I spend a lot of time, you know, doing stuff and being busy. Mr. Beardstone takes it to the next level. Considering he works a full-time job as well, I don't know how he manages to do all of his streams and videos on 2 different SMPs and all of the stuff that he does is incredible. So yeah, hats off to Mr. Beardstone. A little bit nicer organised now. Oh, more grass. More grass. Let's shove it in there. Jeez, this one not so well organised. Let's have this as a cobblestone chest. Maybe cobblestone and dirt and stone and everything else chest, actually, thinking about it. I've got way too much stuff. Oh, jeez, I missed the stack. Oh, man. Ruined it. Ruined it, peeps. Oh, there's no room for the dirt. Where am I going to put all this stuff? In here. There we go. Nice. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Need to go fix my pickaxe. Have you seen... Chris Glosser says, have you seen the vid where those 2 guys are trolling Mumbo speedrunning? He's making a new dimension out of redstone. No, I haven't. Pamela Gage says, I can't even go down to 4. So my Xbox Series X render distance is at 28, but everyone who does farms recommends 4. It says recommended 28. Yeah, there's 2 different things there. There's render distance, and then there's something called simulation distance. The simulation distance is how many chunks are loaded around the player that will have things going on in them, like crops going, redstone moving, not necessarily mob spawning, but that can be linked in certain ways. Render distance is literally just how far you can see. That's how many chunks are rendered around the player, but that doesn't guarantee that things will go on inside those chunks. In fact, it has absolutely no bearing on that at all. How old are you, Foxy? Says Richard. You tell me, how old do you think I am? I've seen that Mumbo vid. It's pretty good, says Lights Lab. Actually says render distance 28. 28's high. I know it might recommend that, but I would always recommend playing at around about 20 or 16. Doesn't matter how good your PC is. The more chunks you're loading, specifically if you're on a server as well, the more the server's got to work to do it. And then this sounds ridiculous, but this is we figured this out on Truly Bedrock, and now the developers are aware of it and they've realised that it's a problem. And basically, if you're playing on a realm or a server, a realm has a fixed render distance of, I believe, 10 chunks. The server's going to be whatever the server's set to. Ours is on 20. If a player joins with a render distance of higher than 20, even though the server won't render or send the information for those chunks. It actually processes all of those extra chunks. So let's say you've got a really powerful PC and you've turned your render distance up to 64 or even 90. Then the server actually processes all of those chunks, but still only sends the information for the what it's set to. So it works harder. We noticed significant lag and massive memory spikes on the server when we were testing this out. The TB members were all testing it out in a meeting. We all turned our render distances up to the maximum, and the server went from using about 1 gigabyte of memory to almost 4. So make sure that you're only ever playing on a render distance on your client that what your server is set to. So if you're playing on a realm, you drop your render distance down to 10. If you're playing on a server, find out what the server render distance is set to. It's probably going to be somewhere between 16 and 20, because any more than that just makes it very difficult for the server to process, and then drop your render distance down to the same. And that's proven. We've proved it. The developers have agreed with us. So make sure you do it. What's that machine doing? That's my guardian farm. The machine turns on, allows guardians to start spawning. It waits for 30 seconds and then stops them spawning again. And then I go back through to the nether where they all are waiting for me. And I get many, many, many XP. Richard says 34. Well, thank you very much. I'll take that. 34 is good for me. Yep, I'm happy with that. I would say you're 38, Foxy says Light Slab. Would you? You're not far off. Farlap Jones, appreciate all you do for us. You seem in a good mood today. A little too good even.
£48. Good stream, Foxy.
Thank you very much.
All you do for us. You seem in a good mood today. A little too good even.
Why am I in a little bit too good a mood? What do you mean? Am I being too nice? Speaking of being too nice, I think this is like my last 2 rockets. I don't even know if I've got any more in my ender chest. I might have one more stack, but I need to make rockets desperately. Now I have all of the gunpowder in the world. Oh, I've got another stack, but I've got no sugarcane. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a break away from building our thing. We're gonna go and fetch us some bone meal. I'm gonna make a load of paper in my paper making machine. There's something afoot, says Timmy C. What do you mean? Why? What do you mean? Am I normally more mean or grumpy? I'm trying really hard to be good today. Be nice to everybody. Can you tell? We got a bit of flying to do, peeps. A bit of sugar cane to do, and then some more flying to do to get the gunpowder. Yes, Pamela, render 10 and simulation forces, Rob. There you go. Problem solved. All your worries will be gone. I don't want to use all my bones because this is literally all the bones I've got. I think I'm going to have to get one of my AFK accounts to go do some AFKing at the mob farm. Because although I've got many, 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 many gunpowder at the mob farm, I've got no bones. And bones, believe it or not, something I use a lot of. And I tell you what, I miss having a fish farm this season because that's where I was getting a lot of bones from previously. And I can really tell that I haven't got one. There we go. Magic sugarcane making machine.
Pamela Gage super chatted £4 and 4 pence.
Amazing, thank you very much. Pamela Gage super chatting. $5. Foxy, you look like Jeff Bezos with hair. I don't think I do. I don't think you have any idea what Jeff Bezos looks like, if that's what you think I look like. Or me. Maybe you haven't got your glasses on. But thank you, Nerf6969. Hey Foxy, how goes it today? Says aka Benny Peep Gaming. It's going very well, thank you. Hatreditis, you're kind of a bit grumpy usually. Well, maybe I'm coming to the end of my grumpy mode and I'm getting into a happier mode. Tom Gage, thank you very much. Your channel's amazing. Love all your content. Thank you. That is absolutely fantastic. How do you find spawners on 1.18? It's hard, isn't it? It is hard to find spawners. They do exist. I actually wrote a script called Dig, which allowed me to go into creative mode. No, not into creative mode, but allowed me to go into a world downloading creative and run this Dig behavior pack, which the behavior pack's very simple. So this is it. All it's got is functions. And there's 4 functions because it's basically doing a lot of work. So the main function just says function dig 1, dig 2, dig 3, dig 4. And that just is a command that I can just set on a command block to run whenever I want to run it. And that function then runs these functions, and each one of these basically replaces all of the blocks that you would find in the world. Not apart from I'm not getting rid of cobblestone or mossy cobblestone or mob spawners, right? So it finds all of the stuff that you would mainly find in the world and it replaces them. So this will fill 64 blocks around me, 15 blocks high, and replace air with stone. And the reason there's so many function files is because you've got to do that for all of the different blocks down in the world. So this will do, oh, sorry, that's the height. So it'll do 15 blocks around me in each direction from minus 64 up to 63 on the Y level. This will do from 64 to 127 on the Y level, and this will do from 120 blocks to 255 on the Y level. And then the next function pretty much does the same thing, but this will go in a different area around me, so minus 15 to minus 15. So it's really simple little pack, but you just put that on running on a command block and fly around your world, and it digs big holes in your worlds and you can find your spawners. So I run that. I've got a video on that, actually, me doing that on Truly Bedrock to find spawners, and it was very useful. Xhead Creator says, what's Truly Bedrock hosted on? We are running on a dedicated server provided by Nodecraft. Sponsored by Nodecraft, I should say, because it's free for me. Pamela says, I wish I could support more and wish you millions of followers on disability, so can't afford much. Absolutely, the fact that you've just done anything at all or turned up in my live stream is enough for me, but I really, really appreciate the thought and the super chat as well, so thank you very much. Are you guys rolling up a new season when the update hits? I don't think we are. It's something we touched on briefly. It doesn't seem like that's the way we're going to go forward. Guys, this is fake. This video is cut it, see? What do you mean it's cut it? It's not. How is it fake? I've just responded to your comment, so there you go. You know it's not fake. Everclear says you can use Unmind app to view MC map and turn on the filters. Yeah, don't use apps when you're joining servers because there's cheating. So if I'm doing a mini mob farm, how many levels can I do? You can just do one if you want, if you don't need all that much. Bone meal in sugarcane is apparently a parity thing too. No, don't fix that. Don't take that away from me. I need that. Balram says, hey, I'm from India. Hello. Pamela Gage says, I'm Stitch Fix on Discord. Oh, Pamela, you're Stitch Fix. That all makes sense now. aka Benny Gaming says, I've noticed that you are doing much more streams lately. Will there be more streaming than episodes? I know it's hard to produce videos. I really enjoy streaming as well. Yes, 100%. At this particular... So, basically, last season, for Truly Bedrock Season 3, I focused on making a very specific type of video content. And I tried to keep that up for the whole of Truly Bedrock Season 3. It was hard work, and I basically put a ridiculous amount of editing into my videos in order to make them look and seem more professional, more fast-paced, in a hope that that would engage the audience more. And it didn't. It didn't really work out all that well. This season's experiment is I was actually not doing any videos for Truly Bedrock Season 4 was my original plan. My original plan was just to live stream it only and see how that went. But I didn't want my YouTube channel to die completely. My plan was to do weekly videos on tutorials and snapshots and things like that while just streaming Truly Bedrock. But I decided to go for a work in between and do a lot of streams, but with as much TB content videos as I wanted to do. And early on, I wanted to do more. And at the moment, I'm sort of not doing as many. But I do intend to keep trying to do at least one Truly Bedrock video per week.
And 81 pence. Hey Foxy, I was recently in a brutal accident and all your VODs and streams have been such a blessing while I'm off with rehab and dealing with PTSD. So thank you for all you do.
T-Ron, John Lewis. Wow, thank you very much for the super chat, and I'm sorry to hear you were in a horrible accident. I'm glad the VODs and streams have been able to help, and yeah, welcome, and thank you so much for your generosity. I hope you're doing a lot better than you clearly were. I can't remember what I was saying now, but it doesn't matter. I think I've probably finished anyway. How making that much sugar canes? It's an amazing... I got a tutorial on this one. And I got a video on it. I think I did the tutorial in my video, actually. Check it out, my sugarcane farm for Truly Bedrock Season 4. It's very simple. A couple of observers, couple of pistons, couple of dispensers, well, quite a lot of dispensers feeding through many, many, many bone meals. There's very, very simple redstone circuit, couple of hopper minecarts, Bob's your uncle, many, 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 many sugar canes. Your 3 vids are what got me hooked, Foxy. Your season 3 vids are what got me hooked, Foxy, says Squirrelicious. Yeah, some people really liked them, but they just didn't perform well as a whole, and they were really hard to make because I was putting so much time and effort into doing those videos. It was pretty unsustainable, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. I really like making that style of video, but it was really time consuming and it was hard work. So it sort of occurred to me after doing that experiment that I don't think, like, if you go back to my early videos and all of the videos I've done while my videos were growing the most, it was just easy videos. So just me playing Truly Bedrock Edition. I still put effort into editing them and trying to do the videos as, like, to make sense as much as possible, and they follow through with each other as much as possible. But the less stressed I am about making the video, the better a lot they come across. Like, I guess the more relaxed and easygoing it is, the more real, I guess it is, not structured so much, the better they seem to do. So as a whole, not necessarily individual videos, but as a whole. So that's what I'm just sort of stripping my videos back a bit, going to do them more as I used to do them, and just concentrating on streaming more on both platforms to just keep content coming for you guys as much as possible. And also because it's I really enjoy it. I've really gotten into doing live streams at the minute. I'm really having a good time with that. And it's a lot easier than making videos. It's a lot easier than making videos. So, yeah. When I'm sitting there like today doing a Truly Bedrock video and I'm like, oh, I'm really enjoying making this video, but I got to a point now that's probably going to take me a couple of hours worth of work in game to do it. I might as well go live and stream it. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Get him, Iron Golem. Get him. Thank you. Hi, I'm new, says a name that's written in writing that I can't read. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Ace of Worlds says, morning, Foxy. Morning, Ace of Worlds. How you doing? Hope you're having a good time. I'm having a very good time. Speaking of having a good time, if you guys are having a good time and you haven't already hit that like button yet, then please do. I'd really appreciate it. It would be lovely. Be absolutely lovely. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Tell you what I'm going to do. Jeez, he says, getting stuck in here. I'm going to... Nightbot seems to be chatting more than you guys do in this stream. So I think Nightbot's probably spamming the chat a little bit too much. So I'm going to turn that down in a minute because I don't like to be a chat spammer. And I thought I'd forgotten the gunpowder then. No, it's okay. It's here. There we go. We're going to have a full shulker box with the rockets now. This is going to be amazing. Let's just make sure we don't make the wrong thing. And then I guess we could... Oh, yeah. We could do with a new shulker box to put all those rockets in. I guess it can share with the bones. Oh, in fact, what we can do is take those bones out, put them in the gunpowder box, and have a full shulker box with the rockets. Amazing. Nice. Will you cosplay yourself? How does that work? Explain. I don't understand the question. I'm not trying to be funny or awkward. How do I cosplay myself? Do you mean, do I dress up as a fox? And if that's the case, no, I don't. Did you answer the age question, says Light Slab? Yeah, you were very close. You were about 2 months out. What happened to Mr. Onion, says Richard. He's kicking about somewhere. Who knows? Probably off playing Fortnite. You know what he's like. Do you want me to change the timings for Nightbox, Foxy? Oh, yes, if you can, Mitz. Can you make it so it does it like every half an hour rather than every 5 minutes? Or like, it must be set on something like 5 minutes because it's ridiculous. Every time I look at the chat, it's just Nightbot, 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 Nightbot. I don't want to be spammy, Mitz. I keep my rocket box stocked with paper and gunpowder instead. Oh, speaking of Mitz, by the way, sorry, Mitz, I meant to say I've turned off all of the Streamer Labs? What's it called? Streamlabs commands for Twitch. They're all running through my my new bot now. So if you want those changing or updating, you'll have to let me know because I don't want to use Streamlabs for that anymore. Because it's easier for me to control from here. It's 30 minutes now, says Mitz. Thank you. Appreciate it. Foxy on stream. Let's go. You working any resource packs nowadays? Yeah. Working on any. I'm going to be redoing, or not redoing, but updating my camera mod and my hardcore mod for 1.19 because the experimental spectator mode, although it's not officially out and not great yet, it's way better than my fake spectator mode. So they're going to be updated for that. I don't think I got anything in the works at the moment in terms of new stuff. I haven't got a need for anything at the moment, but I did say at the beginning of this stream, and I suppose seems like there's a whole bunch of people here that weren't here, I might as well ask this question again. So, I've got two things that's going to be starting, well, one thing that's definitely going to be starting today, and something that might be starting soon, depending on feedback, although it seems like the feedback's pretty good for it already. This afternoon, 7 PM my time, so in about 3.5 hours-ish, 4.5, I can't remember. With Mitz T-Cats, who is my mod and admin on Twitch, we're going to be streaming a brand new series, which is going to be a Minecraft Java Edition hardcore series. Going to be trying hard to get all of the achievements in hardcore mode, so that'll be fun. And I mentioned that I want to start doing a new type of stream on Twitch. I'm going to be mainly doing YouTube, Truly Bedrock videos over on YouTube, but I want to do a new type of stream where we look at the Minecraft feedback website, pick a piece of feedback that's been requested, something like jellyfish or fruits and stuff on trees and things like that, and see if we can, during the stream, make an add-on for it to add it to the game. Now, it might not be very good because we've only got a limited amount of time. We might have to be doing a lot of research while we're doing that. We'll be making textures and models and all that sort of thing during the stream. And I thought that would be something good to do. So if people are interested in that, again, I'll ask you now, if people are interested in seeing that, then please do put your hands or thumbs up or some sort of positive emoji in the chat. And if those go well, then I'll try and make that more of a stable part of the channel. Sounds cool, man. Your resource packs are a lifesaver for us on Bedrock. Much appreciated. You're very welcome, Supernova. Oh, dear. Somebody getting on Mitz's nerves again. It was a nice message, but you just wrote it so many times. I love your no nether remover. No nether remover. Can you make an infinite render distance add-on? How could you make an infinite render distance? That's impossible. I can't. I can't. No. No is the answer to that. Lights Lab, True Pat with the hands up. Lights Lab, I'd be on with that. Would you allow others add-on makers to participate? No, I don't think that would be a good idea doing it as a multi-stream. I think it would just get confusing. Maybe. I'm not saying no, but I don't know how that would work. If you've got two people in separate places editing files, maybe it would work if you've got one person doing textures or something, but I'd rather it just be a... we'll see. Pamela Gage says, sorry for asking too many questions. Tell me, do slimes count on the mob count for a mini mob farm? Yes. Yep. Any mob counts. Ruff with the hand up. Candy with the hand up. Lawful Meteor hand up. Gixer saying, look forward to add-ons live. Supernova, yes, let's go. Cygnus says, note that sugarcane grows 2 per bone meal, so high stacked pistons would double your farm rates. I don't think it does on Bedrock. It didn't used to, because I'm pretty sure I checked that out. But also it is going... Oh, no, it is, because it's going past the observer and then the pistons at the top. Or did I have it the other way around? Can't remember. But yeah, maybe I could do better with that. I don't think so. Can you make infinite render distance add-on? You've asked me that again. Still no. Scott, nothing. Cauliflower. Edward Absgenen with the thumbs up. Dennis, yes to the new streams if they're uploaded to Foxy 2. Yes, they will be. Richard with a yes. Interested to see that process, as Timmy C. Ace of Worlds. Foxy, what's the difference between Bedrock Hard and your hardcore world? Hardcore is when you die, you turn into spectator mode, so you can't play on the world anymore. That's the only difference. You get different coloured hearts. It is just the same as hard mode, but you just can't use the world anymore once you're dead. Or is this fireplaces? Yes. Pamela Gage, thumbs up. Candy again with another thumbs up. Let's go, says Mortza. Anonymous says, can you make a shulker farm? I could, but I don't want to at this particular moment in time. But I do just have, as of today, a new channel on my Discord. Says TB episode ideas. So if there's any ideas you've got that you would like to see me do in Truly Bedrock videos, then drop them in there. So if shulker farm's one of them, stick it in there. Google shares, says Lightsab. Never used it. Will the stream be on YouTube or Twitch? Those ones, add-on ones, are probably going to be on Twitch. There's 3 sugar farms on the services, true Pat. VS Code does not remote pair programming quite well, says Dennis Olsen. Foxy, play the Java version. Do Fox play Java version? Yes, I'm going to be doing that tonight at 7 p.m. BST. So there you go. Right, peeps. As much as I don't want to go because I've got a lot of work to do in this cave, I think that is going to be the end of today's, or this afternoon's live stream. Again, like I say, 7 p.m. tonight we'll be doing another one with Mitts on Hardcore Edition. But I think that's got us going. I think the next thing I need to do is bring the boardwalk all the way around to the back, put a hole in there that goes back to my base, decorate it all, make it all look nice. There's hardly anything to do at all. I think this could be another one of those those jobs, a bit like the Guardian Farm, that's going to take the rest of our lives. But it'll be fun, and I'll be sharing it all with you. Have you played Terraria before? I have. I used to have a series on it on my YouTube channel, but I think I got rid of it. Have you made a survival server? Have you made survival server, Foxy? Yes, I have. Oh, can you make one? I got one. Got lots of them. Right, peeps. Thank you all very much for joining. I'll see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.